Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to Weather Watch this morning. It's a Saturday morning. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. How are you guys doing? We have Abdan White backstage. We are also seeing Rochelle. So we're gonna just go with let's bring in Abdan on the live. Abdan, how are you doing? Good morning.
Morning, Stan. Just hold me, just relaxing and enjoying the nice rainy weather today. We've not had a lot of rain, so just feeling blessed this morning.
Yeah, we before we get into to what you have to say. Let's go to Rachel. Rochelle, I know her signal was dropping. She's at the Beckway Harbor right now. Let's try to bring her on the live. Good morning, Rochelle. How are you doing?
Good morning, Stan, and good morning to Abden and all the viewers. Yeah, I'm here at the Port Elizabeth Harbor. The view you are seeing is the location off of the port jetty where the cruise ships dock in. The water is fairly calm. It's just overcast at the moment. We had a bit of light showers, well, not light, moderate showers a while ago. We've had intermittent rain during the morning, and it's still overcast here. All around the island, it's overcast. So we're just watching and keeping abreast of the weather as it unfolds.
Right, and as you know, the storm warning for SVG has been discontinued, and a flood watch now is in effect.
Right.
And as the friendship rose, you see in there after you left.
Yes.
Right. What was the sea conditions like in the harbor?
It's fairly calm. Everything is fairly calm. There's just there's not even any sea surging around that I can see. The beaches, as far as Lower Bay, the water looks pretty calm. The most we have had is some moderate winds and the rains in between. So everything has been fairly well here.
Right. And
We're
what
glad
about
for the little bit of rain that's coming either way without the
yeah
damages. So
yeah? So you didn't had what about the winds? You got any wind gusts?
not as much, just light. All my contacts that I've been in contact with this morning had some moderate winds, both in Paget Farm up on level. We haven't had any strong gusts of wind that would cause any major damages here.
Right. And the ferries are. I'm noticing one of the. Well, it's hard to tell whether it's Admiral Bay or Baker Express.
Yeah,
Looking for
those are
ferries.
Admiral Bay. The ferry Beckway Express Admiral Bay is out further in the channel there. It's
Right.
out for security during the weather advisory. But the Beckway Express is operating under the normal schedule. They went up 6:30 this morning. They should be coming back down.
Okay. So what about are they're in the harbor for the day? No, they're not operating for the day.
There are some businesses that are open. Not all businesses are open here.
Right.
Um, yeah, you can see just some views. There's not that much persons around because, as I said, it's still overcast here, and we've
Right.
had the intermittent rain, so there's not that much activities around. Not that much businesses are open around, but just a few places are open
Right.
and a
Right.
few persons walking around.
Yeah. Well, the Prime Minister did announce in his address last night that the mainland and the Northern Grenadines would be operating as normal due to the storm being extremely south, closer to Trinidad.
Yeah.
What about the other folks? You got in touch with them. We have some folks from the Red Cross in Beckway as well as the
I'm
other.
not sure if yeah, I'm not sure if she's getting through. One the Red Cross link, our treasurer, she Joanna Stowe, I was asking her to do a link up, but she had sent you the videos because she has issues with the phone, so she won't be able to do a live feed. So the
Right.
videos that I sent you before of the spring side, she did those videos from this morning to show the situation on that side. I am not sure if our PRO for the Disaster Preparedness Committee, Gwinnell Hazel, if she got into the link. I sent her the link.
Okay. All right. So what
She
about
would
that?
have been showing Paget Farm area.
So what about the what about last? I guess last night was quiet.
Yeah, not that much. Later on into the night, you had some rains, wind in between, and we had some rain intermittently. Yesterday, while I was going around at these shelters, when I got to Patchett Farm, there was a period where uh, we had some strong gusty winds that came about with some heavy rain. That didn't last long. It lasted a couple minutes and then it eased down. But things have been fairly well so far since yesterday to today.
All right. And I guess you guys were prepared for the storm basically from the disaster preparedness committee point of view.
Yes, we had collaboration between our committee. The Disaster Preparedness Committee comprises of members of the Red Cross, Cadet, the health team on the island, which involves the nurses, the doctor, the district doctor. We have the port representative, as well as health, water and sanitation, BINLEC, the telephone company. So we comprise of different persons. The administrative officer on the island, Kenrick Frederick, he's our um, vice chair. And we have representatives also from the district council, Braxa. So we try to get everybody who's involved in different aspects, similar to Nemo, the way Nemo would operate, so that we can liaise with one another and get information. And each person in their relevant area, they deal with their preparations regarding whatever they have to do. So Bradsa will deal with the roadworks and making sure things are prepared around buildings, public buildings as such. The health team gave us some advice, had advised the Red Cross volunteers. We had some Red Cross volunteers who volunteered to assist at the shelter managers at the shelters, the 4 shelters that we had identified. We would have had volunteers assisting there to do the thermometer checks, the temperature checks. So
Right.
our representative from the health team, which is Sister Marie Simmons, she did some briefing with us so that persons comfortable know how to operate the thermometers and know the forms, what they're supposed to be asking, what they look for, as well as we designated areas at the shelters that would be used as quarantine areas. So if in the event that somebody had shown
All right.
they
Yeah.
would, yeah, I'm breaking up.
Yeah. We lost you there for a minute.
Yeah, so I was saying that the shelter managers as well as the Red Cross volunteers were advised that anybody showing symptoms, possible symptoms of COVID, would we immediately inform the hospital and the health team would take it from there. If it was during a situation like if the storm was there and we could not, the health team could not come out, then the person would immediately also be quarantined in the areas identified at the shelters. So we were basically ready. The shelters were equipped with the thermometers, as I said. We had water jugs that they can fill up and store. We had sanitizers and a few masks in case persons came without. But again, we still remind and encourage persons this is not the typical hurricane season. So, in your emergency kits, your disaster kits, make sure you keep your mask and your sanitizers. So if you have to go out into the shelters, you are equipped with what you need to protect yourself.
All right. So you're really prepared, Rochelle. What about the feedback from the persons or persons taking the storm warning seriously? What feedback can you give related to the reaction of persons?
Generally, as I was going around, you can still see persons out and about. I think on Beckway as a whole, persons are of the opinion that we are blessed. And I would say that, yes, we are blessed because we have been fortunate the past few storms that have passed, that it has not impacted us directly. Those last two that were forecasted to impact us has shifted. But persons, I still think that persons need to be aware that while we do pray that no storms would affect us, that we really need to pay more attention to preparing and taking precautions, taking all the necessary precautions in the event that we never know what can turn around. So while there's some persons who are still out and about, sitting at the shops and hanging out and stuff like that, we want to encourage persons to take it more seriously and be more prepared. Make sure that you have everything that you would need and keep monitoring the weather as it unfolds. Because while we would have a prediction that may state as it gets closer, we never know how the conditions surrounding would change and affect the direction of the storms.
Yeah, and I see some, Rochelle. I see some rain appears to be coming in ahead of you. I noticed
Yes, yes.
the water. I noticed the
It's
water pattern is changing, and we had some showers out on the point
yeah.
there.
As I said,
So you have your
from
umbrella
the
out.
spring side, yes, I have my umbrella. As a Red Cross, we're trained to be prepared and to make sure that we have our equipment in the event of anything. So I came prepared with my umbrella.
Right. You move into our next location now because we could touch base back with you to get a different view. Maybe
Yeah.
if you're gonna reposition.
Okay, I'll try to see if we can get views of Paget Farm.
All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go and read out the latest. We're gonna go and give the latest update from the Met Office, and then come back to you, Rochelle.
Okay then. All the best.
Yeah. So we're still awaiting Mr. White to come in back to do some discussions. But anyhow, that was, if you're now joining the live, that was Rochelle Tanis out of Beckway, and as you would have heard by now, the storm warning for SVG has been discontinued, and flood watch is in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow. So that is why we could get to bring some of the outdoor views from the Grenadines. So if you're now joining us, there's no danger. The storm warning has been discontinued. The storm is basically passing over Trinidad, but we're supposed to be getting some more link up from across the Grenadines. Let's go to some comments before we show you some satellite imagery. I want to shout out everyone in the comments. We have Akila Huss. Good morning. We have Lucinina Allard. We have Priscilla. Good afternoon. This is the weather. Watch this morning. Yes. We have somebody watching from Brooklyn. JC Rollins. Good morning from watching from Brooklyn. So let's go over to Abdan. We have a feed. We have a live feed from Abdan White. Let's bring him on this stream. Abdan, what's going on in this streets? Abdan is coming live from Union. It appears you're going just left the crossroad there.
Yeah, I had to run out to check something at my restaurant in Clifton before this So I just thought it would be a good idea also to take this thing on the road.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I would have missed a bit of what you guys were talking about, but this is what is right now. It's pretty much overcast, as you would know, Stan. We got some rain this morning, and from what I've seen, there are a few drains that that flowed, and there's some sediments in the road. But other than that, we haven't received a lot of rain, and it's just a normal rainy day in Union. Things are pretty much normal.
Yeah. But through this morning we had quite a bit of showers in and out this morning. Passing the Church of Christ there along the main road.
Yeah. And I'm headed up to Clifton right now. I know there's another area after you pass Big Tamron where normally would have a lot of sediment.
Yeah, so he's probably passing through a dead zone. We have several dead zones on the island in terms of cell dead zones. So that's what's probably happening there. He's probably through one of the dead zones. So we'll go over to some comments. We have good morning to Vista Robertson. So she's watching, somebody's watching from Antigua. Belvina Williams is watching from Antigua. And we have Geneva watching from Georgia, USA. How is Georgia this morning? We got some news out of Trinidad. Beanie Charles, I'm locked in. Trinidad is overcast as well with intermittent showers. Orange zone, last update. We have Sarah Jones. We have, I think we see Abdan coming in back on the live. Let's go over to Abdan White. Yes, Abdan, I guess we lost you there for a minute. Oh, sorry, this is Gwinnell. Gwinnell looks like you're in Paget Farm, Gwinnell. Good morning, Gwinnell. Getting a view from Gwinnell this morning. Gwinnell, if you could hear me, what's the view? No, that's in Paget Farm, right? It's close to the airport.
Place is overcast. We just had a drizzle. Nothing much is happening on this end. This is how it have been for the morning.
All right. Your audio is coming in very, very low, but I heard you said it's overcast and you just had a little drizzle there in Paget Farm, and we could see the airport runway, as in Beckway, and we could also see a bit down to the down looking towards the south, towards the southern Grenadines area. And Gwenel is a old veteran on the Radio Grenadines. She has been there since the inception, from since 2012. Gwenel, yeah, Gwenel is a old Radio Grenadines veteran, a young woman, but an old veteran on Radio Grenadines. So how was the conditions last night, Gwenel? From in your area.
Pretty calm, pretty quiet. Sometime during the night, I think I see some rain, but nothing to talk about. There is pretty quiet, just overcast, basically.
Right. Okay.
Getting much rain, not getting much wind or anything like that.
Right. Which is good for the Grenadines. Once you get rain and not much wind, it's good. Let's go over. I want to go over quickly to Holy Line, Gwinnell. Let's go over quickly to Abdan. Abdan is almost in Clifton. It's now coming around the turn. They're heading for Clifton Hill. What was the views between where you broke off to now? I guess it's the same.
What I noticed, there are a few areas where there's a lot of mud in the road, and a lot of them are going around corners. So there's, for example, up at the Mulrins area up there, and then there's this area above Clifton School before you get to Sam Young Shop. So motorists definitely have to be careful going around those areas, because it can I skid a bit. So what are bikers? Because we have a lot of bikers, and persons might be up and about. As you see, there are a few people up and about in the town.
Yeah, this is Central Clifton.
Yeah, but basically a Saturday, the street is, for a Saturday in Clifton, the street is pretty much empty.
Right.
Just a few guys here at Lambie. It seems like they're doing some cleaning. You have a vegetable stall over there. Couple of guys in the road walking. I'm gonna try to get up to the wharf, that area up there, so you could get a view of what is going on in the harbor. But there are a few people up and about. Let me turn. This is
Humal Square now.
Yeah. And this is overlooking Palm Island. I'm gonna go up to the fisheries wharf. If you notice here, we talk about the boats. There's one boat that the guy pulled right up.
Right, so you could see some amount of preparedness there.
Yeah, and you have a number for the boats. These regularly will be here. They didn't take any excess precautions. I figure it's because of the advisory.
Right.
But most of the guys, I'm trying not to come out of my vehicle in a sec. And we suffering with the sargassum.
Yeah, we have a lot of sagas, and we need to come up. I mean, we have some brilliant minds around. We need to come up with a plan, a sargassum plan, because this is something that we might have to live with for a very long time.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the Clifton Harbor. As you can see, there are not a lot of yachts. Most of the yachts, Wind and Sea has moved out all of the yachts. I noticed when Rochelle was in Beckway, I saw ambience in the background. But there are a few yachts. There's not most of the fishermen, if you notice, there's just 1-2 boats tied up at the wharf. Most of the other boats are already on land, and I believe a significant amount of them, they're down at Ablo. That's where they do most of their repairs. But there are a few guys there at the fisheries hanging out. All the businesses in Clifton are closed. I've not seen any supermarkets open. Restaurants are closed. You may find, I think there's Stanty Winnie is open, where persons could probably go get their bread or whatever. And I believe this morning Grand Union supermarket was open. But this is pretty much it, Stan. Um,
and it's pretty windy. I could hear from the wind passing over the microphone.
yeah, it is not excessively windy, but you're getting a fair amount of wind. But as you can see, it's pretty much overcast. In front there, you have Palm Island, and we can still see PT St. Vincent and PT Martinique. So it is not that overcast. There's still
Right.
some levels of visibility.
So you have at least 5 miles at least about 4 to 5
Yeah.
miles visibility there to
Yeah, at
the
least.
Martinique, and
But this is pretty much the scene. I think most persons would have heard that I think we're no longer under watch or warning.
storm warning. Yeah, we all of the watches and the warnings has been cancelled, but there's however flood watch in effect.
Right. So in the past you would have seen more boats. The guys would have pulled their boats more up on land. However, that's but at the same time you just have two pirogues in the water. This one and that one. So I think most of the boat guys they would have been listening to some of the warnings and taking heed and ensuring that their boats are secure.
Right. So Abdan, we wanna connect. Hopefully, we get to connect back with you before we wrap up the show. But we wanna go into some information.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, so that was Abdan White coming to you live from. He moved from Ashton to Clifton. He's presently at the Fisheries Wharf. We want to go into some. Let's get the screen up. All right, so we want to move into an update from the Argyle Meteorological Office. A flood watch is now in effect for SVG. And the tropical storm warning for St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been discontinued. Tropical storm Gonzalo is moving over the extreme southern Caribbean, and at 8 o'clock a.m. was centered near 10 degrees north, 59 degrees west, southeast of the southern Grenadine Islands. Maximum sustained winds are near 40 miles per hour, with tropical storm force wind extending outwards to 25 miles. The system continues to move towards the northwest at 18 miles per hour. Gonzalo remains poorly disorganized, with a forecast track for the south of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And consequently, storm force sustained winds is no longer pose a threat to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. However, occasional gusty winds, not storm force strength, especially near showers, will continue into Sunday. Pockets of moderate to heavy showers, periods of rain, and thunderstorm activity will persist into tomorrow. Rainfall accumulations up to 3 inches are possible by Sunday morning. Therefore, a flood watch is now in effect until 6 a.m. Sunday the 26th. That's tomorrow. Residents and motorists in areas prone to flooding and landslides or near rivers and streams should continue to exercise caution. A flood watch is issued when conditions are favorable and there exists the possibility of flash floods during the watch period. Large easterly swells of 2.5 to 3.5 meters are forecast to accompany the system. Low-lying coastline around the islands will be partly vulnerable at times of high tide. Large waves and dangerous riptides can be expected and will create unsafe conditions for small craft operators and fishermen. The high surf advisory and small craft warning remain in effect. And this is the final advisory from the Argyle Met Office on Tropical Storm Gonzalo. And this was prepared by Neverson Jack. So that was the latest update from the Argyle Med Office. And as we could see here, let's get a marker in here. So what you could see here, we have Tropical Storm Gonzalo in this area. This is Trinidad, and we have Tobago. Let me get a perfect circle here, man. Right, so we have Tropical Storm Gonzalo, and we have Tobago. This is Tobago, and we have Trinidad. We have Grenada over here, and we have the Grenadines, mainland, St. Vincent. So what we have here also is in purple, we have an area which broke off from Tropical Storm Gonzalo, and this is from the Met Office, an area of instability. So basically, the whatever conditions you're getting now, if you're in the Grenadines, you'll be getting this area in purple, which would bring some gusty winds, some rainfall, and some thunderstorm. So this is actually an area that broke off from the Gonzalo Tropical Storm Gonzalo weather system. Let's move over to White. I think he is along the back road. Yeah, Abdan, we're back with you. You're
I'm heading out along the back road. As you can see, we got our fair share of rain. You see a little bit of debris in the road. You have some areas where water is settling. But as for now, most persons are inside. A lot of people not outside at all.
all right.
And we just waiting to see if we get anything. I'm in the power station area right now.
I just close to the Vinlek power plant.
Right. And just a few people on the road. But generally everyone is inside. I think happened, most persons took the warnings and them seriously.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, and I must commend you for a great job in getting the information out there. I know a lot of people pay attention to Radio Grenadines, and it was very good doing this Weather Watch series. And I saw a number of businesses, for example, the bank, they had their sandbags out and they had battened down. Snack Shack also did the same. They boarded up their area. But not a lot of persons didn't board up their windows because it was just a tropical storm. But you get the feeling that more persons, because on Friday, which was yesterday, the police, they were going around with a blowhorn, and they were informing persons of where the shelters are located. Right now, I am in the area. I don't know, a lot of people on the live might want to see this. It look like we have a lake inside it. This is at the Saltpan area.
Yeah, the Saltpan.
Yeah, the other day you were seeing a bit of mud, but now it is filled up a bit more.
I want you to tell me, hold that same view I've done. I want you to tell me. Let me see if you're a man that do a lot of traveling. You went to Mexico, you went all about the place. I want you to tell me, right? This image you see now, what this looks like. What was it? It looks like a place that you may have been to already.
Yeah.
Nothing St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
No. Look, honestly, I've been to places where you have these big lakes, and listen, this is really a beautiful sight. I didn't realize that the saltwater was this beautiful and relaxing. Persons could actually now just come out and sit, and you feel like, although the water is not deep, you feel like you're in another place with a very large lake. Just that view, you know, and no, trust me, it is definitely remarkable.
Well,
Uh,
that area reminds me of Granny Tang Lake in
right.
yeah in Grenada.
Grenada. No, and I've been to a couple myself in different places. But the view from the other side also, because I think Stan, there are two of those platforms, right?
Yes, there's a next one around on the other side.
What do you call them? Board watching stations or
Well, they refer to them as platforms. Well, mainly for bird watching.
okay. But I've passed there the afternoon. I've seen persons there relaxing, even doing some stretches and all of that. I'm in the water break area. I'm gonna come out here a bit so you could get a feel of what is going on around here. Um, we have some larger waves than usual, and from the impression here, you could see that the water is coming up a bit further than is expected.
Right.
The beach normally would have a steeper slope, but it is more gradual. It is more, it's looking more
Yeah.
gradually sloping today, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it shows a lot of sand build up.
exactly. Um, on this side, I mean, the water is not rough per se, but
Mm.
um, one of the best beaches in the world. I tell people it's on Union Island.
Yeah.
For those on the live who wants to come and visit, this is definitely it's big sand, but recently most person has been calling it Sparrows, but it's big sand beach. When I was growing up, people used to call it Water Break, but there's the seas are not that terrible. But normally on this side of the island, you would find a lot more wave action than in other places. You'll find the water being rougher. But
It's petite, but as you say, one of the best beaches in the world.
yeah. Trust me, it's a beautiful sight to behold. Yes,
Um,
Dan.
I don't want to. We have some big stuff coming up for Richmond Beach, but I don't want you to take me to Richmond Beach this morning after, because you know why? It's a very depressing view right now. But
No, I know you have been doing.
maybe you could give me a little peep, but ew, the
I know
seaweed.
you have been. I know that is your baby project.
Yeah,
I don't even know if you want to call it a baby because it's a very ambitious project, which is very good. Richmond historically has been one of the most popular beaches, and in recent years, persons were not using it as much as they were using other beaches. And recently, after you start doing a lot of work there, you find more and more families now start using Richmond Beach. But um, the only thing affecting Richmond Beach right now is the Sargassum.
yeah,
Is,
yeah.
is
We
the
need to
seaweed.
maybe come up with some barriers, some solutions in the form of barriers or something.
My
Um,
thing also, if we get more persons, if we find a use for that seaweed, I think you will find more persons. The seaweed might only last a day or two on the beach or in the water, because persons will actually harvest it. But
yeah, because we saw what happened the other day with we saw what happened the other day with when the entire waterfront was cleaned up. When somebody was offering to buy
Right,
some.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. So all we have to do is provide the opportunities for the porters in terms of the markets.
Mm.
Most of the seaweed, I'm in Richmond now, most of the seaweed is just on one side of the bay. But
Mm.
the problem is that if you know a bit of debris came down there. I'm gonna come
Right.
out a bit. Um, what I noticed too, there's a lot more sea mass farming in the area, but if you notice, there's a and then this area stands, and I know you try to put like a little dam to slow down.
Yeah. Like yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it has. I mean, this was a very terrible place to put this sink. I don't know why when they built the road why they did it like that, but this is what happened now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know this will be fixed in a few days. The sand will come back um, and stuff. But this was a good idea also to help prevent a lot of the silt from going down into the water.
Yeah.
They'll
Well,
contract.
we might have to come up with a kind of different solution
Right.
to prevent
But
the cutting, because there are some deep cutting there. Yeah.
yep,
Very bad.
yep, yep. But no, but this will be fixed, man. In a few days, I believe that not believe, I know that the
Mm.
water will eventually come back and fill up that area. Because
Yeah.
the sun just went down in the sea. But
Right.
this is your beach stand. This is Richmond. It's not a good site now, and the viewers out there could definitely tell you the view is better than the smell.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think you know that the beach it looks terrible with all the seaweed. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as people may think.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
the only issue right now is the smell from the rotten sargassum seaweed. But
Yeah.
this
But
is
don't forget we have in October we have the model boat regatta and family day. So I hope you mobilize your family.
no well. I'd get my boat organized too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had to get you come with a pumpkin boat or
Yeah,
a
I,
coconut boat.
I know how to build. I know how to build the coconut boats, but I figure I might have to hire a guy to help me out with the pumpkin wood.
Yeah, because we had the folks in my row would also be competing. Let me go to this comment here from Carla Collins. This person said I've never been down to those islands, but on my next visit home, by the help of God, I will be visiting down there. So Abdan, you managed to win over one
Boy,
visitor,
I help bring a tourist to Union. That is good.
at least one, and the mere fact that we got at least one on board. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
and
good.
I hope there are many more. It is things like these and that really help these little communities like ours to bring in whatever foreign revenue is out there through tourism and whatever means. You have a number of things on Union. You have Kongs,
Mm,
you have CMOS. You know, those
mm,
those are the two main things we export right now. And so if person's looking for Kongs and CMOS, Union, and then we have some of the best beaches, best hiking trails. You know,
certainly.
some of the best views anywhere in the world because of the amount of hills that we have. Almost anywhere you go, you have beautiful views. We have some lovely historical sites in terms of the forts and some of the ponds. And Union just have a wealth of history, the food, the culture. It's an island rich in culture and all of that. So, you know, there's a wealth of things Union has to offer. So
We
Stan,
have a lot of persons line up to visit Union Island when the corona is totally over, when persons could feel comfortable traveling actually.
right, right, right. Right.
We have a comment here. Somebody say you should go back to your boyhood days and build one, and that's the boat.
Grace, I could build a coconut boat. I could deal with the coconut. But don't ask me too much for no pumpkin wood boat.
Yeah,
that that could be asking too much. That I just passing my house going up to the top of Chatham Mill to turn, give you a
right.
view of what is going on up this side. And you could have a view of Valley. I know some persons in the diaspora will be dying to see what Valley looks like. And I just want to take a peek of what Chatham looks like. If we have a lot of yachts over there or what. But I feel like I'm walking with great Raider Girlies today, boy.
Today alone. Today, actually, somebody told me yesterday that they didn't Bollywood stuff till they saw the Weather Watch program with you with you and I.
Okay.
So that was good. That was good.
But Stan, we don't have any yachts. I'm not seeing a single yacht down there in Chatham. Not a single yacht. You know.
I think you probably in a dead zone there. We kind of losing up down there just for a second. Want to go to some comments. We have Rosemary live. And Samuel Alexander. That was a joy. Samuel Alexander referring to the boats. That was a joy to build and sail in Richmond Beach. We used to race them every Sunday. So Samuel, you probably need to contact us. I want you to send us some message so we could link, because we want to get some more information on your boyhood days and the sailing. Yeah, we see Abdan is back on the stream. Let's connect back with them. I guess you're in a dead zone there.
Coming down up on the hill here on Chatham Hill. Taking a spot in Legacy Valley. That's the valley down there. You have
Right,
back
Ashton Valley.
Right. Stand you see in your house?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. That's what the big orange roof and then So
Yeah.
this is what Union Island look like today. It's a bit overcast. You know. So I'm heading back.
Right. So I'll connect back with you because we had to go through some just some quick stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So we're back with the comments. Somebody saying Yanka Wilson, good morning on the live. Yachts are on the rock. Yeah, most of them probably relocated to the Frigid Rock area. And we have Charlotte Hector also on the live. Yes, we want to go back to this view. So yeah, so basically earlier I was explaining for persons who probably just came on, we have tropical storm. Let me erase this. We have tropical storm Gonzalo in this red area. We have Tobago. We have Tobago, and it's now it's now affecting. We have Tobago and we have Trinidad. We have the Grenadines chain here. We have Grenada. And I was explaining that there is an area that's affecting the Grenadines now, which is some cloud mass that broke off from tropical storm Gonzalo actually broke off from the system, and it's an area of instability that has been affecting us from early this morning. Yeah, so let us know the conditions if from Trinidad and Tobago on the live. We want to know what the condition is like, and at this time usually indoors actually. But we want to know what is the weather conditions like over there. We have Cordell Campbell says all the yachts is on the Frigate Rock, and Chatham isn't shelter for them at this moment. Yeah, that's a very important point. Somebody say you're really missing out on Paradise. Grenadines is heaven on earth. We have a next comment by Grace Wilson here. Don't show them too much of Valley. Don't show too much of Valley. I'm getting homesick. Yeah, this is a frequent occurrence. Homesickness. Maria Alex watching from Grenada. Similar weather, but not bad at the moment. Yeah, so if you're in Trinidad and Tobago, we want to hear was the weather conditions. We want you to tell us what the weather condition is like over there. Lucien Allard says, we love you in an island. Pascal and Lulu, take care. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Lulu. And say hello to Pascal. Yes, Liliet Peters. Well, this was an old comment. Can you go to Chatham Road for me, please? This one missed us. We have Margaret Norris. Stay safe. Keep up the good work. We have Vinette. I'm suggesting that she's from Trinidad or Tobago. What do you say? Cloudy and no rain. Yeah, so we want to hear from you in the comments. Let's play a video from. We have a video loading all the way from. How to try this? I wonder if I could pronounce this location properly. Let me get it back. Right, so we want to play a video that was sent off from Grace Sita. Is the pronunciation correct? Waltham still. It's nice for her to send us that little clip. Yeah, so go back to some comments here. We have Aaron Wilson. Good morning. Welcome to the live. We have Carolina Collins. 40 years away from home, but when I come, I always stay with my family and friends. Now I'm sitting home looking at SVG. I get to know my homeland a little better. Yeah, good morning, Ms. Collins. Have Rosalind Marshall. Good morning. We want some rain in Beckway. Yeah, people crying out for some rain in Beckway. We have Delano on the live. I don't know if you're still on the live. Good morning, Delano. And we have a little competition all the way in Beckway. We have, as Grant says, when we were referring to which beach is the best, she says Beckway has the beautiful beaches. Yeah, so that's a little representation from Beckway there. And we have Sarah James watching from Maryland, praying for my family in SVG, especially on the island of Beckway, and for all the countries that will be affected by this storm. Stay safe, and Jesus has the wheel. Good morning. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Cynthia Williams. How are you doing? And we have Abraham. God will provide solutions for this. It looks bad, but I have faith. All people will be well. So we're also waiting on Kanawan to connect. We're hoping to connect with Kanawan shortly. We also have an old comment. We definitely have to come up with a plan for the sargassum seaweed. We have a next comment by Samuel Alexander. Good morning, RG. Thank you for going live and updating us with the project, with this process with the storm, on the progress with the storm, and that is going to affect the Southern Grenadines Island. Hope everyone will take heed to the things your group has been saying over the past few days. Watching from Alabama. Yeah, and if you're now coming on the live, let's go over to the let's go back to the recent report from the Argyle Met Office. Tropical storm and flood watch is now in effect for SVG. Tropical storm Gonzalo is moving over to the extreme southern Caribbean and centered near 10 degrees north, 59 degrees west, southeast of the southeast of the Southern Grenadines Islands. Maximum sustained winds are near 40 miles per hour with tropical storm force wind extending outward up to 25 miles from the center. The system continues to move towards the west-northwest at 18 miles per hour. Gonzalo remains poorly organized with a forecast track for the south of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Consequently, storm force sustained winds no longer pose a threat to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. However, occasional gusty winds, especially near showers, will continue into Sunday. Pockets of moderate to heavy showers, periods of rain and thunderstorm activity will persist into tomorrow. Rainfall accumulations of up to 3 inches are possible by Sunday morning. Therefore, a flood watch is now in effect until 6 a.m. Sunday, the 26th of July. Residents and motorists in the areas prone to flooding and landslides or near rivers and streams should continue to exercise caution. Large easterly swells of 2.5 to 3.5 meters are forecast to accompany the system. Low-lying coastlines around the islands will be particularly vulnerable at times of high tide. Large waves and dangerous riptides can be expected and will be unsafe for small craft operators and fishermen. The high surf advisory and small craft warning remains in effect. So, this is the latest. If you're now joining us, that was the latest, the last advisory, they call it, from the Argyle Meteorological Office. And what we have here, for persons joining us, is Tropical Storm Gonzalo. And this system is moving basically to the west. And we have a system here of instability, which will just produce some rain and gusty winds. So basically what we have here is the entire storm system would be posing no threat to the Grenadine Islands, which you could see here. We have Grenada here, we have mainland, we have St. Lucia. So the system is moving to the west, and basically we're being affected now by a break-off system, which is a section of some unstable clouds that affecting the Grenadines. So let's get back to some more comments. We have Cathy Gabriel from South Trinidad. So we're getting a report from South Trinidad. So South Trinidad would be this area. Very overcast. Rain is coming in waves since around 8 this morning. No heavy or ongoing downpour or flooding. I don't think the main event is here as yet. Maybe later on. Up north, central Trinidad could be different. So we're gonna try to get the latest. We try to get the latest loop. Just keep the comments going. Keep the comments going. We want to hear some more of especially North Trinidad or Tobago to see what's happening over there. Yeah, Ben Simmons says, good morning, it's raining now. So we now loading the latest. We have a video from Alright, so that was Springtop Beckway. Of that video was sent to us by a member of the Disaster Preparedness Committee. All right, so we have the latest loop from All right, so we have the latest loop. Now we have Tropical Storm Gonzalo, and you could see the eye. Let's get the areas marked out. So we're looking at the area more to the south. What has happened is that you could see it passed actually between Tobago, and Trinidad. So most of the system, the last image, in the loop puts the center right just south of Grenada. We have Grenada in the turquoise color. We have mainland St. Vincent. We have the Grenadines down to the center. So you're looking at the darkened area. So as you could see, the last image in the loop puts it just south of Grenada. Right, so this has been another Weather Watch. I want to thank each and every one of you for logging on, and especially persons in the Grenadines who are taking the warnings seriously and to basically be prepared. So this is where we would wrap up the Weather Watch. Until next time. Catch you on one of the regular Radio Grenadines live. So stay safe, stay indoors, and enjoy the rest of the weather. If you're in the Grenadines, in Trinidad, you should be getting some showers now.